How is it going, everybody? Let me know how we sound on this end. And I'm not going to lie. This is going to be a rough one for me to get through, not because of anything having to do with the race, but because my family is making food. It smells really damn good, and I can smell it from in here. How are we doing, everybody? Let me know in the chat how we sound, what you thought of the race, everything like that. Yes, we're back. This is the room this channel started on. Like the inception of this channel, when I made the account, was in this room. The first time I uploaded was from this room. First live stream, NWP, from this room. So letting you guys know, back in the going back to my roots today, that's for sure. And I'll say NASCAR today, about as far from its roots as it ever will get, racing at the Chicago Street Course. Third year, possible last year of it. And Shane Van Gisbergen, the man who shocked the world, except for those that actually were in the know. And I was not one of them, I will admit. Those years ago, 3 years ago, whatever, 2023, gets the win today over Connor Zilisch. What did we think of that race out of 10? I saw some people leaving what they thought. I'm seeing we have some SVG doubters, haters, whatever you want to call yourselves. Go for it. There's people asking, oh, it was dirty. Oh, it wasn't. We got a 0 out of 10 race. We got an 8, 7, 3, 5.5, 5, GOAT, 9, 8, 9, 8. I'm trying to get everybody, but you guys are going quick. I love it. GOAT. 6.0. Yellows took too long. I agree. 7, 6, 0, 8. I'm just clicking whatever comes up, comes up. 7.9 in honor of SVG. 0.9, the 0.9 part. 69. Nice. Very nice, I would say. Let's see. SVG out of 10. So 9 out of 10. 6. So generally, people are I would say more positive than less on this one. I would definitely say though that there are some that are not the happiest with it. Some that don't like SVG coming in, some that don't like a cup guy coming down. Totally get that. But you gotta admit, man, it's having him and Zilisch go head to head. That was a hell of a battle between them. I just wish that we could have seen that come to fruition under green more than anything. But I'm seeing people debate on it. And I'm just gonna ask you guys with a poll here. Poll. Yeah, Riss is off camera right now, so just poll. What was the move by SVG? Do you think it was clean, dirty? They're showing the replay on the CW, and he takes him wide. But at the same time, that's how you race in this series now. We've seen it. So let's put it on here. And you know what? We'll add an option. Borderline as an option here. I appreciate the super chats and the member chats. We'll read those in the super chat cool down lap. I absolutely love doing that. And I believe, again, I have it muted so that we don't have copyright issues, but I have it on my phone right now. I believe we're going to start showing the points soon. I can go through those, but let's go through the finishing order of this race. Shane Van Gisbergen in the number 9 for JR Motorsports gets the win by 0.823 seconds, 0.8 of a second after leading 27 laps. This race being 50 laps for about an hour 47 roughly. I think there were about 6 lead changes, 4 cautions for 18 laps. And I will say this about the cautions. I think they took insanely too long, and it's a road course problem in general. And I think that having the extra cautions with the stages just exacerbates that. And if we only had 2 or 3 instead of like 4 or 5 a race, I don't think as many people, especially in Xfinity, would really mind it too much. But I'm totally with y'all. I really do think it takes too damn long to get those cautions done. By the way, lick that like button. The likes, we need to catch them back up. We need the triple digits by the end of the stream. Subscribe. Also, if you're new, we do this after every stream too, or after every race, I should say. We're closing in on the big 88K. But yes, Shane Van Gisbergen gets the win over Connor Zilisch, Sheldon Creed 3rd, Hill 4th, Sanchez 5th, Jesse Love in 6th, 7th is Sammy Smith, Sam Mayer in 8th, 9th Austin Green, and then in 10th is Brennan Poole. After that, we have Josh Williams in the 11th spot, Alex LeBay 12th, Harrison Burton another solid 13th, Dean Thompson 14th, Eckes 15th, Carson Kvapil in 16th, Annunziata in 17th, the most fun name to say in all of NASCAR, I feel like, at least one of them. 18th is Blaine Perkins, Danny Dye in 19th, Michael Waltrip, where are you right now? 20th, Kyle Sieg, Brandon Jones 21st, Kaz Gralla 22nd, Justin Allgaier in the 23rd spot. Points are getting on the screen right now. We'll put them in the ticker down below in a moment. 24th, Parker Retzlaff, 25th, Ryan Ellis, Connor Mosack 26th, 27th, Jeb Burton in the 27, Matty D 28th, Preston Pardis 29th, and Brad Perez 30th. 31st, last on the lead lap is Jeremy Clements, Jack Perkins, last one on track, 4 laps down, Andre Castro in 33rd, Taylor Gray 34th, Josh Bilicki 35th, Anthony Alfredo in 36th. And for some reason, even though he has the slowest, fastest lap of the day, NASCAR.com said he had the fastest lap. I believe that went to Shane Van Gisbergen. So Fast Pasta in 36th, Sawalich 37th, and Ryan Sieg dead last again. So we will put those down on the bottom for the Loop 110. We have updated standings as well when it comes to the Xfinity Series playoff cut line. Of course, we have our 7 winners. Sam Mayer now will have a 149-point gap with, I believe, 8 races to go over the cut line. Carson Kvapil, 63. I'm just seeing these right now as they come in on my end. It's just bear with me. Creed is plus 30 in 10th. Then Jeb Burton is plus 12 in 11th. And right on the cut line is Taylor Gray, who is plus 8. Who's he plus 8 over? Well, that would be Harrison Burton. So Harrison Burton still keeping up. You know, he lost a few points, definitely, but still enough to at least be in the picture and very close at that. And then 14th is Ryan Sieg, who absolutely plummeted, minus 30 and 14th. After that, 15th, Christian Eckes, minus 60, and Dean Thompson, minus, I believe, 61. You better get a win somewhere, buddy, or better start, learning real estate in the NASCAR terms. So we have a very close cut line still, for sure, after this race. We'll put that on the bottom as well. As for the poll itself, half of you say that this was a clean move for the win by Shane Van Gisbergen. 41% of y'all say it was borderline. 9% say that was dirty. Put a censorship bar over it. It was dirty. As for the race itself, I would say it was probably around a 5 or 6. To me, it was an average race. It had some moments that I had interest, and at the end too, I was very interested in how the fight for the win was going to play out between the 88 and the 9. So I would personally give it about a 6 out of 10, maybe a 5 out of 10, which for me, a lot of people put 5 and they think it's bad. That's middle of the road to me. It's an average race. And that's about the best way I can put it. It was an average to maybe slightly above average NASCAR Xfinity Series race at a road course, Chicago street course. I know you get the added exposure, pressure, you name it. It was decent. SVG starting the pole, led early on. You had Creed fighting with them. And I'll say this. This past week on NWP, me, Eric, and Danny, which, by the way, this week would be Thursday on Eric's channel, but me, Eric, and Danny, we went in a little on Sheldon Creed. Not a little, we went in a lot on him. The fact that he has had really, really damn good rides pretty much all his career, and he does not have anything, especially Xfinity Series-wise, to really show for it. I don't think anyone was beating the 9 or the 88 today. They were the best out there. There's no beating them. And the battle was for third, I think, in this race. You could maybe luck it out a little bit here and there, but it was the battle for third today after them. And, listen, he was really damn good. Step or two below the best of the best, one of which is a Cup guy who won at this track right off the bat. Another one is and say it with me now, the next Kyle Larson, right? Everyone always says that about Zilisch. Somebody that we think has a ton of potential and should be competing up there with somebody like Shane Van Gisbergen. So I want to give him credit because he was fighting for the lead with SVG early. He was fighting for the lead with Connor Zilisch. He was taking the lead from Jesse Love, who is somebody who is regarded as a pretty damn good road course racer. So I think that he should get his flowers there, even though, again, I think overall his body of work has not shown cup caliber, in my opinion. There should be that showing for him that, like, hey, he did pretty damn good today. Of course, you had Jack Perkins getting to the wall. You had Ryan C getting to the wall. You had Sawalich. His car was like on fire or something. Even when the dude isn't screwing up, something's screwing up for him. I don't know what to say for him at this point. But this was all SVG towards the end of the stage. You had some pit here and there, but Creed gets second. Hill, Mayer, Sanchez, Allgaier, Smith, Zilisch, Quapple, and LeBay, the top 10 in stage one. The stage ended, I believe, with Brad Perez having a wreck too. So we get to stage two. Get it back going. 9 gets clean again. Caution, tire carcass on the track, all of that. And you see the pitting because under that caution, I believe the 9 pit or didn't pit and everybody else did. And that's where you start getting the shuffling, the road course strategy, the fun stuff about road courses we all love. Speaking of Love was up front with Creed, who took the lead away from him. Again, really damn good. Really, really damn good day. And he won the stage over Love, Hill, Zilisch, and Smith. Zilisch starting way in the back in this race. A great storyline, in my opinion, that I think the CW did a pretty decent job in following. You could see him making his way up as it went. But fourth for him in that stage, then Smith, Jeb Burton Williams, Allgaier, Jones, and Annunziata. Love saying Annunziata, man. It's a great name. And yes, Blorp, Brennan Poole, top 10. I'm sure when Eric and him do Power Hour this week, it's going to be a lot of fun. I'll say that, man. We get it back going. Oh, say hi.
Hi.
Here, come on, get in the mic. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Here's Riss. We're up visiting family this week, so I should show them. I have all 10 fingers left.
I'm proud of you.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. All right. She's going to go have dinner because unlike me, she is not a recluse. Yeah, she's awesome. She is absolutely awesome. I wouldn't marry her if she wasn't. Yeah, there we go. I like that. Mrs. Iceberg is what I've seen a lot of people call her. All right, let's get to the final stage and close this baby out. 16 to go. We'll get it back going. 0-0, 2 up front. The 0-0 clears by the restart zone, flying away with this thing. Though you have a caution right away with Annunziata spinning in 2. Gray runs into him. Really bad luck for Gray, who in my opinion has done exceptionally better than I think a lot of us thought he would do this year. Unfortunately, just, bad luck there. I think he should do better in that car, but to be fair, none of us expect him to do well. I think all of us expected Sawalich to be the one that would actually do much better. So we get it back going, 13 to go. 0-0 kind of uses up the 21. The 88 gets to second, takes the lead by turn 6, and it is off and away. SVG gets up to second with 9 laps to go, 4 seconds back, and within about a lap had made up about a lap and a half, had made up 0.8 of a second. And I got to be honest with you, I was disappointed that we had the caution with 6 to go with Castro getting stuck in the tire barrier. I believe it's Castro. It might be wrong. I was so disappointed because I really think the SVG could have run him down. I do. The tire difference, the fact that he was getting better as the run went on, similar to what he did in Mexico, similar to what he did at Chicago in 2023. I thought we were going to see an awesome natural run to the finish. And granted, we didn't get an overtime. It was technically not an overtime since they got back going with 2 to go in regulation. But I was disappointed because I really thought that we were going to see SVG put up the best of the best. We're going to see the best road course racer in NASCAR right now versus the best young prospect in NASCAR. And, unfortunately, real caution, wasn't some BS debris yellow, thank God. Unfortunately, though, we don't get to see that play out. But I'm going to be honest, he gets up to Cup next year, like we all think he's gonna. Suarez, by the way, I think saying some more things about how it's like he never felt appreciated in the last years and all this. And I'm like, geez, this will be fun. Well, the full quotes I'll read them tomorrow when we do the pre-race show. Which, by the way, we're doing a pre-race show, shorter probably, just because I, visiting family, got the baby, take care of all that, but big races require big events. But when Zilisch gets up to Cup next year, and you got him at the road courses, you got SVG, you got AJ Allmendinger is assumed to be back next year. Of course, Kyle Larson, Tyler Reddick, Christopher Bell. These road course races, man, they're going to be must watch. Like, I don't think you can miss them next year, because even if you don't like road course racing, and again, NASCAR fans don't like road course racing, totally get it. It's not the bread and butter that this sport has really been built on, especially in the last 50 years. But what all NASCAR fans love are great finishes. We love great finishes. We love great moments. We're going to see great finishes and great moments next year. The caliber of road course racing that we've gotten, and the caliber of these young drivers getting up there, has gotten better and better and better as the years have went on. You add Zilisch to that equation, you get him more familiarized with these cars. By the end of the year, those are going to be some can't miss TV. Just saying. How's everyone's brackets looking? Busted completely. Someone's going to clip that. NASCAR, if you're watching, congrats. I gave you material. Lighting up those fireworks last night, man. And maybe if I can get the video from my cousin about it, I can show you at the end of the show tomorrow. He messed up. They messed up my throat a little bit. There was a lot of smoke. We did real well. But anyway, we get, beggars can't be choosers. We get it back going 2 to go. SVG puts Zilisch kind of up into the wall, takes the lead, uses him up, but does not wreck him. Gives him enough room to mostly make the corner, keeps up. They kind of battle it to the end. Zilisch just not able to get close enough to move him. And you could tell he was biting his tongue a little bit at the end in that interview, and that he didn't want to say too much of what he was thinking, but you could tell he was a little peeved. Especially when you kind of let out like, I thought he would have raced me cleaner. Like, yeah, that's telling to me. Because I think that somebody like him has been very media trained over the years, and is probably like, don't say too much, but at the end, Shane Van Gisbergen gets the win. Better tires, better strategy, debate, better driver. I was just saying. And that might be the way the final street race in Chicago for the Xfinity Series runs out. Because based on the rumors, sounds like this might be it. Sounds like most people were pretty good with it, though. Sounds like most people were pretty positive with this race, which I get. There's nitpicky things I could say, like talking about the cautions. Yeah, cautions could be shortened. The racing to me wasn't all that great. I thought last year's was better personally. But again, I thought all 3 of the races, even the one that was rain shortened, was not that bad. Given an incomplete grade, I did not think any of them were bad. And honestly, the last 2 years, I really didn't think the Cup racers were all, they weren't, I don't think the all-time bangers of full-on races, a lot of people would say they were, but they weren't bad. If they close out tomorrow with a decent race, I think the 10-year at Chicago will be very decent, will be very good, will be remembered fondly, and people, 5, 10, 8, 18, 20, whatever years from now will be begging NASCAR to go back to Chicago at some point. So overall, I thought it was decent. And again, I'm not somebody who's really pro Chicago street race either. So take that as you will. You probably can add a point or two to what the race actually was based, on my grade, just because I've been a little more iffy on it. But hey, rain stayed away. I'm telling you now, it's looking okay. So I am currently about 90 miles from Chicago to the west. There's a big ass storm that's been skating just off of where we're at and staying away from Chicago, and the pop-ups have been staying just away from Chicago. I'm not gonna lie, man. this race took place maybe an hour or two later, we could have pop-up storms at any point. I don't know what tomorrow's looking like just yet. I guess I can look it up really quick, and then we'll go to the super chat cool down lap. But yeah, there's supposed to be storms all night in Chicago. As for tomorrow, let's look at the hourly from the National Weather Service on here. For some reason, God, so damn, I need an ad blocker really bad. I really do. Tomorrow, this race is, I believe, supposed to start what? 2 Eastern, so 1 local, right? You guys probably can let me know. What time the race is supposed to start? 2 Eastern, so 1 local. The forecast for tomorrow is looking decent right now. There's some scattered thunderstorms closer to noon, so we might get a little delay if there's lightning nearby. But it's looking like the rain should hold off, at least based on the forecast at 6:13 local time the night before. What I'm looking at here, National Weather Service Weather Channel have the same thing on here, is scattered thunderstorms, 44% chance at noon. 1 p.m., which is supposed to be around the start time, 24% chance, 20% chance at 2, 36% chance at 3, kind of later in the hour to get there, and then about 50% chance until 7 after that. I think we get the race in, at least at this point. 75 laps is the distance. As of now, what the forecast is, and we'll know a lot more tomorrow. We'll probably talk sometime in the morning tomorrow. I don't have a specific time yet. We're going to probably have a decent chance of getting this race in fully. We might use rain tires with it, but we will. So let's get to the super chat cool down lap here. Thank you guys so much that donated and also those who didn't. Love all of your comments, and I appreciate those who donated. Want to give you a special spotlight here, and I appreciate you guys waiting for me. Twin Spinner with the 5 here says, Anthony Alfredo yoinking the fastest lap from SVG right at the end from 24 laps down. So that's the thing is, I'm looking, and the best, it has NASCAR.com has the best lap being in 90.95 seconds from Shane Van Gisbergen. And I go down to the fastest lap on their website, and it's 94.83. And he's been out of the race. So, like, I think NASCAR.com messed that one up, if I'm not mistaken. Like, maybe there's something I'm not seeing. I could be wrong. David Bell with the 17-month member chat says, hope everyone is having a great 4th of July. Yes. Happy 4th of July to all my American friends out there. My favorite holiday of the year. I love this country, and I love blowing shit up every night. And every night we do that. Every year we do that. And last year was fun. Last night was insane. Again, if I can get the video from my cousin of it, Eric said that we had the best amateur fireworks show he's ever seen, and we upped the game tenfold, maybe a sevenfold, if you will. Napa Racing Fan with the 5. Let me put this down a little bit so you can actually see me. Fun fact, Junior has more wins with the 9 part-time in 2025 in the last 2 years than the last 2 years with Mr. Jones. JGR can save big money at Menards. JRM will take results. Yeah. You ain't wrong. Andrew with the 2 says Zilisch is on a hotter seat than any Cowboys head coach. Yeah, I don't even know what the hell to say about that guy anymore. It's just if he's not screwing it up, if the team's not screwing it up, luck itself is screwing him up. Chris with the 5 says, hey, NASCAR, if Chicago doesn't want you anymore, come back to Road America. We'll put 100,000 people there and not bitch about noise. Truth to all of it. I love Road America. Absolutely love Road America. I know they pretty much said, though, with NASCAR at the moment, maybe they'll let cooler heads prevail for an Xfinity date at some point, but they pretty much said it's cup or nothing. Like, you get the cup date. We proved we have over 100,000 each year, which is roughly the biggest or tied. It's the biggest for sure crowd in NASCAR outside the Daytona 500, which is a hell of a thing to say. I just wish we'd get somebody who could show it translating perfectly to TV. Prime would be perfect with that. I am still totally biased, all for Chicagoland coming back. I've gotten some more pictures and updates since the Hocevar video, and things are a lot better than that led on. Hocevar went before they mowed the grass basically and did all the normal stuff they do every month. Chicagoland Speedway is a lot better off than I think a lot of people are giving it credit for. I know the host of our video made it look not as great. But even Hocevar himself said like that stuff's pretty good to go. I'm just saying I'd be pretty confident on that coming back next year. And if not, I would ensure it'd be back by 27, but I'm almost ensuring it'd be back next year. Wizard King Nick for the 1 year member chat. 1 year, hang the banner. Also happy 4th, hang the banner. But that's actually a good one. I say hang the banner in jest. That's actually really damn good. Thank you. Denver, thank you for, I believe that's the Australian too. Saying that's why SVG is a living legend in supercars. The dude's a hell of a talent, man. He is such a hell of a talent. I enjoy having him in NASCAR. I just wish our system wasn't to the point that everyone has to critique anytime he wins, because he just puts on clinics, man. He's just a different breed, and I love having him in here. I absolutely love having him in here. I think he makes the sport better. I know some people disagree. I think that SVG makes the sport better. Salt says, my dad and I are going to our first ever cup race tomorrow. Hopefully the weather cooperates. McDowell supremacy for the win from Rockford. Let's hope the worst of the rain comes and goes overnight. Well, I'll just say right now, I'm up in McChesney Park. So I'll make sure my Salts, maybe we'll run into each other. I was actually, because we live right near where the Rockford Speedway, rest in peace, used to be. And I was right at the Rockford Speedway yesterday taking pictures. Coming home is bittersweet with the racing side of it. Of course, I always love coming home and seeing everybody. I was in Rockford today, actually. Went to the Burpee Museum, got to see Jane the T-Rex, got to see the Triceratops. My dino nerd taking my kid to see dinosaurs at the same place that my dad took me when I was like 3, 4, and a dino nerd. It's a really cool experience. Really cool experience. But I was in Rockford today. Long story short. Alex for the 5 says, tired of the my corner, back out, or kiss the wall mentality. It's annoying. So that's the thing. I think there should be a little more respect given. That's why I personally think he was more borderline. That would be my vote. I kind of agree with about the 41% or so borderline on SVG's move, where there's nothing necessarily that's against the rules, that's against a lot of driver ethics right now. But I think the driver ethics themselves are warped. I would personally like more respect and letting people have the lane to race. But again, this is NASCAR, and NASCAR's been like this for a while. They've even before a lot of the playoff stuff, NASCAR's had a lot of that kind of racing done. And you know what? SVG should expect to be raced the same way by Zilisch and by everyone. He showed that he's adapting to NASCAR, and he showed that's how he should be able to be raced after this. So got to be fair. And last one here from Derek for the 2 says, good job from Pardis today. Top 15 all day till the end. One of the things I love about road courses. I wish the next gen hadn't ruined road courses so bad, because one thing I love about road courses is that drivers who might not have the car but have the talent can make their way up. It's one of those really good ones that shuffles stuff up like a super speedway, but it rewards people a little bit more. But it can still be a crapshoot in some ways. I love road course racing when it's done right and when the car is good. Unfortunately, only Xfinity car is good at road courses, apparently. But yeah, I thought decent enough day. If that's the last Xfinity race there, it was a good run. And I think that it's a race that most people can appreciate. So we'll be live tomorrow. Subscribe if you're new. We're on the road to 88K. Maybe the 88 will win tomorrow and we'll get 88,000 subscribers. That'd be pretty cool for me, a Dale Jr. fan. But we'll be live tomorrow after the race for sure. Almost certainly before the race, maybe like a 30-minute pre-race show, just a little catch up. Enjoy your Saturday night. Have fun, and I'll see you tomorrow. Later, y'all.